Good morning. My name is Renee. Thank you for joining me on your mat this morning. Today I'll be taking you through a rise and shine flow. So it's a very gentle set of postures, moving with the breath, and just really getting in tune with what it needs, the breath and the body, to wake up and start your day. So with that, namaste and welcome. Thanks for sharing your practice with me today. So let's start in a cross-legged pose. But instead of just sitting with your legs crossed in a typical way that you usually do, let's switch it up a little bit. Try to get out of some of those regular patterns that we seem to get stuck in through the day. And just tuning in, not just on your mat today, but throughout the day. If you find that you get stuck in those patterns, just take a second and maybe take 3 deep breaths. Check back in. So sitting nice and tall on your mat, taking your hands to your knees, palms facing down just to help yourself stay grounded as you start your day, start your practice. And let's take some seated spine circles, just waking up the spine. Maybe those circles start a little bit small and become a little bit bigger as you continue. It's almost like a seated cat-cow as well. So as you're coming to the back, pushing that belly button in towards the spine, rounding the back. As you come forward, leading with the heart, opening up across the chest. You can even exaggerate that as you come forward as well, leading with the shoulders. Coming all the way across, you can even push into the knees with those hands, just opening up the hips ever so slightly as well. Anytime you come to the back, belly button to the spine, rounding the back. You may hear some pops and squeaks. Those are great too, just to wake up. And then reversing direction. And keep those breaths flowing nice, smooth, and just checking in with this gentle movement. See how the body is feeling. This very moment in time. Coming back through center, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take those hands out to the sides, inhaling up with the hands, maybe even looking up to the fingertips. As you inhale, exhale, just lower the shoulder, keeping the arms nice and high. Inhaling again, arms are high. Exhale over to the right, palms facing down to the earth. Let's move with that breath. Inhaling up, fingertips up to the sky. Coming back through center, exhale, keeping the fingertips high, just the shoulders down. Inhaling up through center, twisting over to the left, palms facing down. Inhaling back up through center, fingertips up to the sky. Exhaling, shoulders down. Inhale, fingertips up, twisting over to the right, palms down. Inhaling back up through center, bring those fingertips up above your head. Exhaling down with the shoulders. Inhaling up with the fingertips, twisting over to the left, palms facing down. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhaling up, fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling straight up with those fingertips, exhaling over to the right. Last one, inhale over to the left. As you inhale first through center, exhale, taking the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale up through the fingertips to the sky, and exhale, twisting over to the left. Inhaling with those hands back through heart center. Exhale, all the way down, hands coming down to prayer. Just checking in here. Closing down the eyes perhaps as well. Drawing those breaths nice and deep in the base of the belly as you inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Finding yourself in this place of stillness. Inhaling again through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Switch the cross of the legs. Mix it up a little bit. Continuing those breaths flowing nice and freely. Just allowing yourself to check in with the breath. Let's take one hand to the heart, one hand on the lower belly. And just bring the breath into the belly in 3 parts, just to get a feeling of that physical body, feeling the breath, doing a quick body scan as we do so as well. So breathing in nice and deep for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3 in the belly, sitting up nice and tall, opening up across the chest. Exhaling it all out through the belly. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do that 2 more times, just into the belly. For inhaling 1, 2, 3, in through the nose. And exhale it all out through the mouth for 1, 2, and 3. Do that 1 more time, just the belly for 1, 2, 3. Sitting up nice and tall, opening up across the chest. And exhale it all out for 3, 2, and 1. Let's breathe in all the way from the belly into the chest this time. For 1, 2, 3. Filling up the chest. 4, 5. Hold it all the way. Belly, chest. And then exhale it all out through the mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that 2 more times, filling up through the belly. For count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Into the chest, front body, side body, back body. Hold all that breath in, sitting nice and tall. And exhale it out through the mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do that 1 more time. That felt so good. Inhaling through the belly. 1, 2, 3. Up into the chest. 4. Filling up the side body. 5 and 6. Nice and full. Exhale it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Let's swing the knees around, coming into table. I'm going to take some cat and cows, waking up the spine in a few different directions. So planting the hands underneath the shoulders, bringing that belly button towards the spine. We're going to make this a bit of an active cat as well with the toes. So as we take an inhale into cow, we're going to push into the toes behind you. And you're going to look forward, dropping the belly, opening up across the chest, and looking up to the sky in front of you on the inhale. On the exhale, rounding the back, flatten the toes, chin the chest, into cat. So let's take 3 sets like that on your own time. So inhaling, looking forward, pushing into the big toes, really activating the legs, pushing that tailbone to the back of the room. And exhaling, rounding the back, chin to chest, tops of the feet. Again, inhale, coming forward, pushing into the toes, looking forward, pushing that tailbone to the back of the mat. And exhale, rounding your back, chin to chest, tops of the feet. Last one, inhaling, pushing into the toes, looking forward, opening the chest. And exhale, rounding the back. Your next inhale, coming back through center. Let's just C-curve and look over that left heel as you inhale. Exhale back through center. Head comes back through center. As you inhale again, looking over that right heel, curving that spine over to the right. Exhale, head back through center, neutral position. Inhale, looking over that left heel, curving the spine over to the left. Exhale back through center. Inhaling over to the right. Exhale back through center. Last set, inhaling, looking over to that left heel. Exhale back through center. And inhale over to the right. Exhale back through center. Bending in through the toes, pushing back into downward dog. Now keep the knees bent, finding some length from the tip of the head to the base of the spine. Finding some space as well between the shoulders, rotating the arms and the elbows out. Drawing your chest and your belly towards your thighs. So you're finding length from the tip of the head to the base of the spine. And as well, when you peek down at the toes, making sure that your knees are tracking over, not the big toe, but more in line with the second and the third toe as well. Finding some nice alignment with those bent knees, finding the length in the spine, keeping those breaths flowing nice and slow. And then let's walk out the dog while we're here. So intending that right heel to the mat, bringing that right hip to the sky. And then opposite side, walking that left heel down, bringing that left heel up to the sky. Do that 2 more times on each side. Right heel down. And the left. And just pedaling it out. Last one on each side. Just feeling a nice stretch on the backs of those legs. Bending both knees, pushing back towards the back of the mat. And as you exhale, stepping forward with that right foot. So as you inhale, windmill those arms all the way up. Bending into that right knee, lowering the shoulders. Take a flow with this. As we inhale, straightening those top legs, bring those fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, sinking back into that right leg. Inhaling, fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, back down. Last one, inhale those fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, sinking back down. Next time you inhale, bring those arms up to the sky. Back down, just the arms. Tipping forward into triangle and dropping the arms, keeping the legs nice and straight. Taking that right arm on the inside, right hand on the inside of that right leg, maybe a gentle micro bend in that right knee. Opening up the chest, maybe even taking the gaze up at that top hand. Keeping those breaths flowing nice and long, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Couple more breaths here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Your next inhale, reaching up that top hand, we're going to sink back into that warrior two. Your next inhale, both legs are straight. Swivel the feet around so they're parallel to one another. Bring the hands to the, to the waist. Nice deep inhale, looking up. Exhale, nice flat back, folding all the way forward. Rolling up through the vertebrae of the spine, one at a time, coming up, just standing with the head coming up last. Let's do that 2 more times, again, leading with the heart, opening up, nice flat back as we look forward. And then back up through standing, 1 vertebrae at a time with the head coming up last. Last one, folding forward all the way down. Nice flat back. Inhaling, coming up to standing, rolling up slowly. Switching sides, bringing that left knee bent this time into warrior two on the left side, opening up the arms. Reaching up, taking this into a flow as well. So as you inhale, flipping the palms, straightening both legs, bring those hands to meet above the head. Exhale, back down to warrior two. Inhale, flipping the palms, looking up to the sky, fingertips all the way up. Exhale, sinking back, nice strong legs. Inhale, all the way up to sky with the fingers. Exhale, sinking back down into warrior two. Inhale, straightening both legs. Tipping forward into triangle, just the arms come forward, maybe a gentle micro bend in that left knee, reaching that right hand to the sky. Left hand is on the inside of that leg or maybe on the shin. Nice deep inhale, just lifting the eyes and the gaze up to the fingertips. Exhale it through the mouth. 2 more times, inhaling, opening up across that heart center to the side. Exhale it out. Your next inhale, reaching up with that top hand, coming back into warrior two on the left side, sinking into that left foot. Your next inhale, straightening both legs. Coming back through center, and this time instead of the hands to the waist, we're gonna pivot those feet so they're parallel to one another. We're gonna clasp the hands behind you. So the hands are crisscrossed, but again, instead of getting stuck in those patterns, just cross them in different directions. So if you're typically, again, finding yourself crossing the fingers in one way, just switch that cross. So again, the hands are clasped behind you. Legs are just wider than hip distance apart. As you inhale, opening up, bring the shoulder blades together behind you. And as you exhale, folding forward, bring those arms to the sky. Inhale, keeping a nice flat back, looking forward. And exhale, maybe folding a little bit deeper. 2 more times, inhaling here, gentle flow. Exhale, bring those arms even deeper above your head. Your last inhale, leading with the heart, leading with the hands, coming all the way up to standing. As you exhale, unwinding the hands, coming back to warrior two on that right side. Nice and strong with the legs. Next inhale, windmill the arms on either side of that front foot. Pivot that back foot, stepping back with the right to meet the left in plank. Maybe dropping to the knees here or taking a flow. So coming down to the mat, again, either knees, yogi's choice, or coming all the way to the belly, keeping those elbows towards the side, tops of the feet, either down through the belly or flowing all the way through. For baby cobra, looking up, nice strong legs pushing into the tops of the feet. Nice and engaged, opening across the chest, looking forward. Exhale all the way down, belly to the mat. Keeping the hands where they are, let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling nice and strong, looking forward. Nice gentle back bend as you open across the chest, looking forward. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Last one, inhaling, belly off the mat, looking forward. And exhale all the way down. Pushing into the hands, coming back up to the knees. Bring those knees to the outer edges of the mat, big toes together, sinking down into child's pose. And as we sink into child's pose, let's walk those fingertips forward. Reaching all the way out. If it's too much on the shoulders, maybe keeping the hands here and stacking the fists and resting the forehead. Whatever feels good. Wiggling the hips out a little bit. And as you walk those hands forward, letting the forehead and the heart just melt to the mat. Keep those breaths feeling nice and low. In through the mouth. Sorry, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Walking those fingertips to the top right corner of the mat for a nice longer stretch. Taking that left hand on top of the right. And inhaling through the mouth, nice and long. And as you exhale, finding a deeper stretch along the long side from the tips of those left fingers down to that left hip. Couple of deep breaths here. Walking the fingertips through center to the top left corner of the mat. Take your right hand on top of the left. Sinking into those hips. Feeling a nice long stretch from the tips of those right middle fingers down to that right hip. Remember, nice deep inhales through the nose. Exhale it out through the mouth. Walking those fingertips back through center. Pushing into the hands, lifting the hips. Gonna push into the toes again, pushing back into downward dog. Just pedaling out those feet. Bring the big toes together at the back of your mat. Lifting that right leg behind you, stepping through again for that warrior two. And this time on that left side. Bringing those arms out. And again, a little bit of an engagement here. So you've got that left foot step forward. You're gonna reach those hands as if you're saying stop to the world. This is your space. You're strong. Fingertips are pointing up, shoulders away from the ears. Nice length on either side. Pushing everyone away. This is your space. This is your time. Taking a look down at those legs as well, making sure that that right knee is tracking over the middle toes so you can see the big toe on that right foot. And let's take this as a bit of a flow. As you inhale, nice and tall, those fingertips are still to the sky. And as you exhale, flipping those palms down, straightening the legs. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, sinking down. Fingertips are up to the sky. Exhale, straightening that leg. Inhale, again, pushing in, keeping everyone out. This is your time, this is your space. Exhale, flipping those palms. Inhale, this time coming back, fingertips up, windmilling those arms on either side of that right foot, sorry, left foot. Stepping back into plank, this time lowering all the way down, keeping those elbows close to the body. Flattening the toes nice and long. Bringing the hands and tenting them on either side of the top of the mat. We're going to take an inhale, pulling up a little bit deeper. As you inhale, opening the chest. Nice gentle back bend, nice engaged legs, pushing into the tops of the feet. As you exhale, coming all the way down. Let's do that 2 more times. Again, the tenting of the hands on the outside of the mat, reaching forward, opening across the chest. And exhale, gently roll it down to the belly. Last one, pushing into the tops of the fingers. Again, maybe even coming up onto the front of that pubic bone. And then exhale it all the way out. Pushing back into the knees. Sinking back into child's pose 1 more time. Inhaling, sinking those hips back and walking those fingertips forward. Resting the head on the mat. Your next inhale, coming back onto the forearm, onto the hands. Hips coming underneath. We're just going to take a gentle bird dog to check the balance as well. So as we take an inhale, kicking back with that left leg, hips are square, facing down towards the mat. Kicking back with the left foot, bring those toes pointing towards the mat. Your next inhale, taking that right arm forward. And then on the exhale, bringing right elbow to left knee. Inhale, kicking back with that left leg, reaching forward with that right hand. Exhale, left knee to right elbow underneath the body. Inhale, nice and long. Right fingertips come forward, left foot comes back. Last one, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, reaching back with that big toe. And exhale, back down to the mat. Next inhale, left hand comes forward, right foot comes back. Nice long spine. And exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, left hand comes forward, right foot is back. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Last one, inhale, reaching forward, fingertips on the left sides, reaching all the way in front of you. And exhale, left elbow to right knee. Coming back to the mat. We're going to push back in to the hands again, back into downward dog. Bring those big toes together at the back of the mat. Inhale, stepping that right leg back behind you. And as you exhale, coming into pigeon. Inhaling, keeping this nice and strong, hips towards the front of the mat. And as you exhale, sinking down onto that right side. So as we come into pigeon, the goal is not so much to have that right foot and right leg 90 degrees across the front of the mat. If that doesn't feel good on the knees. So just listen to the body. But you're taking that right knee behind that right hand. Now, if this doesn't feel good, I'll guide you into a figure 4 stretch. So for those of you in pigeon, coming up nice and tall. And then as you sink down, maybe hands come out, stacking on the fists. So we'll stay there in pigeon on that right side for a cycle of 3 breaths. For anyone who needs to come into figure 4, coming down to the back, planting that left foot, crossing that right foot over. And then either pushing into that right hip to open up the hip, maybe in stillness, or a gentle rock left or right. Or maybe even grabbing a hold of the back of that left knee and using that right elbow to open up the right hip. Again, in stillness, or maybe a gentle rock left or right. Whatever feels good to feel a little bit of sensation when you feel that, maybe staying there to feel that stretch. So wherever you are, whether it's figure 4 on this side or pigeon, we'll just stay there for a cycle of 3 breaths. And if it's figure 4 that you're in, when you finished, we'll release the legs. If you're in pigeon, nice gentle inhale. And as you exhale, folding out, pushing into that back leg, stepping back into downward dog. And then we're going to set up for the other side. So kicking that left leg back this time. And then stepping through with that right knee behind that, left knee behind that left hand. Squaring off the hips. Sitting up nice and tall. And then exhale, folding forward if you're coming into pigeon. And just feeling a nice deep stretch on that left hip this time if you're in pigeon. For those that are in figure 4, again, we're switching sides. Stepping that right foot down. Left foot is across the right knee. Lowering the shoulder, just releasing any tension. And again, it can be that you're pushing into that left knee. Gentle sensation up with a gentle rock left to right. Maybe even grabbing a hold of the back of that right knee. Pushing in with that left elbow while you draw that right knee back. And here in stillness, maybe a gentle rock left to right. So again, whether it's figure 4, stretching out the hips, or pigeon, we'll sit with that for 3 nice deep breaths, giving yourself a couple of different options there. And then when you finish those 3 breaths, whether it's in figure 4 or in pigeon, for those in figure 4, we'll release that hold of that left knee or that back of that right knee. Just bring both feet down to the mat, staying on your back if you've been in figure 4. For those in pigeon, coming up to the tops of the hands. And then as you exhale, just gently rounding back, coming all the way down to the back. Rolling 1 vertebrae at a time onto your back for those that have been in pigeon. So now we're all meeting on our back. Feet are flat on the mat, knees are pointing up. Just about hip width apart. And then opening up across the chest here on our backs. Imagine you've got a pencil between the shoulder blades underneath you. So just walking the shoulder blades together. And then walking the heels back a little bit so that you can touch the heels of those fingertips. And come into bridge, make it an active flowing bridge if we can. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the hips off the mat. The fingertips come up as well, reaching towards the back of the mat with those fingertips. Exhaling, bringing the hands all the way down to the mat. Hips come down as well. Inhaling nice and deep, hips come up, hands come up above you. And then exhale, bringing those hands back down, hips come down to the mat. Last one, inhaling, lifting those hips off the mat, hands come up above you. And then exhale, coming down to the mat, both the hips and the hands. Grabbing a hold of the knees. Let's rock back and forth, left to right, just massaging out the spine. And then we're going to massage spine as we rock and roll all the way up to seated. Maybe take about 3 rock and rolls. Get us back up and meet and cross-legged. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's finish our practice here. Generating a little bit of energy and an extra breath. Opening up some space. And let's exhale it out. Let's take some final twisting postures here. Twists are great because they're a great way to bring in new oxygen, wring out the organs inside, bring in some fresh new energy and blood. So let's take those inhales with those fingertips all the way up to the sky. Exhale, keeping the fingertips high, just lowering the shoulders. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhale, twisting over to the right, palms facing down. Inhale, fingertips up through the sky, twisting back through center. Exhale, fingertips high, just the shoulders come down. Inhaling back up with the fingertips. Exhale, twisting over to the left, palms facing down. Inhaling back up through center with the fingertips. Exhale, this time hands through heart center. So as we finish our practice here, take a nice deep inhale, bringing those fingertips, still in prayer, up to the third eye. Bowing that head towards the heart, surrendering the mind to the heart. Bringing those hands back to heart center. Thanking yourself for taking this time. Fill your cup and start your day. Welcome to your new day. Thanks for joining for the practice. Again, this is Renee. Thanks for joining. See you on the mat soon. Namaste.